I need my stuff to listen to the audio.
Something wrong with it?
It should be good, Morgan, because I killed whatever audio.
Uh-oh, she's giving you the face. It's not good.
Oh, it's not on. I didn't turn it on.
We'll see.
We just built the new studio, so we're still figuring it out.
It's beautiful, though.
We're not even sure we're on the air most days.
It's working.
Hitting it.
Yes.
It's time for the Bobby Bones Post Show. Here's your host, Bobby Bones.
Hey, a couple things before I introduce Tim, who's our guest in here today. Morgan, were you gone when we got kicked off TikTok yesterday?
No, I was here when we got banned.
Yeah, kicked off banned, similar. But
Yeah.
I guess kicked off means you get to come back the next day. But
We
still
cannot.
We were banned for 3 days, so
But why?
I think because of talking about that little star symbol, that name, saying it repeatedly over, thinks we were saying cuss words.
ASS, but you can say cuss words on the stream. There are things you can't say, like, I won't even say that, like unalive. Like that's what people say now instead of the S word. You have to say unalived.
It might be because we're currently kind of on a trial with TikTok in their studio, so maybe they just really want us to be PG.
They did say something that I took offense to.
Oh, you should ban them then.
No, dude, I was really offended.
Let's go.
A little thing pops up and it says you're violating our whatever, our code, and it said that due to unoriginal content. That's rude.
Oh, that is rude.
I don't know what that means.
Were we plagiarizing something?
Probably like Mojo in the Morning turned us in and he's like, they stole our bit. And we're like, no, we didn't. You stole ours, idiot. That type thing.
Maybe.
No, that's what old radio shows used to do all the time. They'd be like, you stole our bit. Maybe we played like audio of some, or I don't know.
Or possibly a Reed's mailbag song. They think that that's copyrighted content.
Well, I like to be on TikTok live through this
man.
setup, but we'll be back next week.
Yeah, next week.
We're back.
We'll give it another go.
We just need to know what we can't say.
Yeah, like they need to explain what happens so we don't do it again.
Well, it could also be just talking about news stories and they think that's not original content. It's really hard to tell what TikTok believes as original content versus...
I just picture some dude in China over there going, I don't like it. Off.
It could also be that.
Okay, so let's introduce our guest. Tim does mornings at Go Country in Los Angeles, correct?
That is correct.
No, but you're not here, but you were here. Like your career was here.
I was splitting time for a minute. Yeah, it's a bit of a story, but yeah.
So do you go by Tim Hurley? Like, I don't want to say your name if it's not your name on the air. What do you go by?
Tim Hurley is the name that I use on the air as well.
Perfect.
Also my given name.
Because some people don't have a given name. I don't use my real name. Bobby's my real name, but then my wife uses my real name, so it's not like it's hidden. So, but yeah. So did you do the show this morning?
I did. Yes, which is why we might be struggling just a touch here after the CMA Awards last night.
No way. Well, I guess it's later though.
There are some expertise that we use to make it sound like it was live when it wasn't necessarily.
We record crap all the time.
Yeah, we get that.
I don't know if you recorded anything. We record crap all the time.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We won't even do an interview live because mostly I don't do it for artists because artists don't want to be here at 6:18 in the morning.
Yeah, it's good to get people when they're fresh.
Yeah. What have you done while you've been here?
So we did the radio remotes.
Oh,
the
talking to the
CMA
artists.
officials. Yep. And so we're just talking to the artists Monday, Tuesday, and then obviously the award show yesterday. I was watching that one from the comfort of the hotel room. And
Why didn't you go?
I've done the award shows many times, and the commercial breaks just break my heart. So
We were literally talking about that during like our break where award shows are all good and stuff to watch, but when they go to commercials and you're there and it's constant, it's terrible. And Morgan said off air, she goes, that's why I got drunk or something.
Yeah, because I kept going to get drinks
It was
because I was
just like
bored.
so many.
you feel like you got to kill time, so you run to the bar, and then you don't get back fast enough before they close the curtain on you. Then you got to go back to the bar, and then your timing's all off. It's a whole thing.
It's like a tennis match. Like you can't actually walk down into the tennis match while it's happening.
Right.
They hold you up because it's a distraction to the players. And it's like if you have a seat almost anywhere in like the front part, which he would be sitting because he's a big deal in media. You are on. Sometimes you could be on camera, like getting into your seat, and they don't want that. So when do you go back home?
This afternoon.
How do you like Los Angeles?
LA is great. I live in a great little beach town called Playa del Rey. So if you're familiar with LA at all, there's obviously like West Hollywood. There's a hustle and bustle, Santa Monica, and I live in Playa, where everybody kind of knows each other. Very small, 100 steps off the beach.
Now, I'm very
Mellow.
familiar with LA as being car sick.
Yeah, I don't leave the bubble.
Yeah,
I pretty much live in flip flops, and I take a bike anywhere.
When did you move out there?
I've been there for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God! Oh, you've
Yeah.
been there forever.
I've been there for a long time, and then I kind of fell into country music as an artist, and so that's why I made the move here to Nashville. And I was sort of splitting time, and then day 2 of really giving Nashville the go of like committing to live here, getting a house, getting the whole. That's when I got the job offer to be the morning host
Wait,
in Los
day
Angeles.
two?
Day 2.
Literally, so it's like,
Yeah,
I'm
day
gonna,
two.
So how did you make that decision?
well, why, day 2?
Day 2. I mean, I'd had the house for a while, but I couldn't spend a lot of time here because we ended up getting booked a whole lot, like, for, which was great. So we were like touring around, we were playing a lot of great shows and stuff. And then I was like, I'm like, all right, now we're going to move. We have a little bit of a lull. And literally day 2 is when I got the call and they were like, we'd like to do like an air check with you. So I flew back to LA day 3 for the morning, did the air check in the morning and got the job offer like 10 minutes later.
Bizarre timing.
Very
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah.
I think a little bit. I've been irritated at the timing. I've been happy for the opportunity, but I've been irritated at the timing.
And then I wasn't sure because I came here to be, in the songwriting community and, doing the Nashville game, as they say. And then I was like, well, is this going to help promote the music? Being the morning host, it's obviously a major market and it's like a great opportunity. Job security is nice with a paycheck. I didn't actually know I was going to be paid when they first offered me the gig. I thought it was just to like promote the music.
Oh, like a barter.
Oh, yeah,
I'd like
I
to
mean-
hire you to barter your songs.
Like seriously,
Yes.
I thought I was just going to be like on like every once in a while to promote the music, and then I got the offer, and I was like, oh, like this is a job that I have to go to every day. All right,
Your music career, you say you kind of fell into country music. Where'd you grow up?
in Rhode Island.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom's German. Makes no sense.
I've been to Providence. It's very nice.
Providence, beautiful.
They have a lot of shirts with like boat oars on them.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's what
remember,
our,
like-
our logo's an anchor.
Yeah, I like go to the gas station. They have like sweaters with oars on them. I'll be like,
That's
that's what
cool.
I remember about Rhode Island. So how far from New York was Rhode Island? Like, could you go to the city?
The city's it's closer to Boston. It's only 45 minutes from
Oh,
Boston.
you were closer to Boston.
Yeah, Providence is right there.
And what kind of music were you doing at home?
So I was never a musician ever, but I was a big Kenny Chesney fan. My roommate in college was from Denver. All he did was listen to country music, so I got kind of into that. And then I literally I sang a karaoke song at a dive bar like 400 yards from my house in Playa del Rey. And a guy
In California, though?
in California. I was already in California when I kind of fell into
But
music.
not to do, so why were you in California?
I was doing event production.
Okay, so
I
you're,
have a little bit of a
After
weird path.
college?
no, I'm into it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
like where'd you go to college?
I was in college outside of Boston.
Okay, and then you decided to go all the way west.
Took a job out west with a few stops on the way.
So
And-
you were doing event production. Were you touring with groups, or were you like,
We were doing like custom fabrication for events. So like, we'd build out a studio or
so
something
like you're
that.
smart?
Sounds like it.
Not according to
It's
my
like, why is
college
he-
or
why-
high
why is
school
he doing
teachers and professors.
This job if he's smart. Okay, so you do that, but then if you want to go write songs, were you around other songwriters in LA? So you kind of dabbled your toe in it there.
So I was absolutely not trying to pursue music whatsoever. I literally went to a karaoke bar drunk,
Sure.
sang Picture, Sheryl Crow. Somebody asked me
Did
to
you do
come
both
up.
parts? Did you do her part? I put your
No, I should have actually,
Yeah.
but I did the Kid Rock part. But yeah, somebody was actually sitting in the crowd. There were like 8 people in our neighborhood bar. Prince of Wales, shout out. And this guy was like, you got to meet my friend. He's in Texas, El Paso, Texas. He's a producer. I think you're going to do great things.
From you singing at a karaoke bar. So
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And so, very long story short, but I ended up kind of meeting the guy, talking to him. And then about a month later, he invited me out to El Paso, Texas, where he was living, because he got asked to open up for John Michael Montgomery. And he asked me to perform with him, basically, and start this new project. So the first time I ever played a gig or ever sat on stage or ever sang in front of anybody other than the 8 people at the karaoke bar was in front of 10,000 people at Fort Bliss in El Paso.
Dang.
Opening for John Michael Montgomery.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have any success?
The response was awesome. And I was like, this is cool. I guess I'll just try this now.
So how long did you do that?
So I worked with him for a couple years, and then I just went on my own. And I was in music probably for 8 years, I guess.
Doing
And
what? Writing? Doing more event production? Touring?
I was doing the event stuff for money, and then I just wrote all my own songs. I never did a co-write ever, and I was really good at hustling. So I ended up getting us like really good gigs, but never got a deal or anything like that. And then COVID hit, like it did with
Oh,
everyone.
this is all
and-
pretty recent too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh wow. So
I mean, we still play.
what's the name? What's the name of the group?
Tim Hurley
This is original.
at Tim Hurley Music.
Yeah. No, I'm in.
Shameless plug.
I'm in at Tim Hurley Music. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm gonna go look at it right now. So
It's been underwhelming recently, but
how do you? Because I struggle with if I'm touring doing comedy, it's hard because our hours are awful.
Sure.
Awful.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that?
A lot of coffee and a lot of Zen.
Look at you here, Tim Hurley. Dude, you got in this picture. I can't really tell because you have a long sleeve shirt on, but in this picture with short sleeves, you're pretty jacked, dude.
Used to be. I just had surgery a little while ago, so I'm trying to get it
Oh,
back.
don't
here.
play it down. That's crazy. Look at you. Let's see, aftermath. You're behind a bar. What's that picture? What's this one here?
That's at the Shack in Playa del Rey. It's my go-to bar, and I play acoustic there sometimes just as a favor to the owners, and then they let
you
me
serve?
10 bar afterwards.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Usually just myself.
Last night, as you watched the show, what performance did you enjoy the most?
Ashley McBryde. I think she's one of the most underappreciated artists in all of country music right now, and I think she's truly one of the most talented people right now, and she knocked it out of the park. And a lot of the people that have big time production, you'll notice, they get up on stage in front of a live audience, and it just sounds like a little off. It's not that it's bad, but it's just a little bit off. And Ashley McBryde gets up, and she's just holding an acoustic guitar, and she sounds like absolutely perfect every single time.
Do you have any sensitivities or questions I can't ask you? Like about people or
Depends.
I know that's a weird question to ask.
And you guys already got canceled. I'm not sure what I'm getting myself into here.
Oh, we've been canceled 100 times. Yeah. What's another cancellation for us? You know what
Nothing.
I mean?
No, fire away. I'm good.
Zach Bryan, thoughts?
Ooh, I'll be honest, and I'm not just saying this, but I've never been a huge Zach Bryan fan. I don't know why.
Are you less of one now after hearing all the personal things about him?
It's making me think. When there's smoke, there's fire, but I haven't heard the response yet either. So I'm kind of curious. I'm here for the ride at this point. I'm not going to go either way.
I'm very much a viewer of this show.
Yeah.
However, he does sound like a lot more of a dirtball than. But then I know so many artists, and you don't have to make a noise here and agree or disagree because I don't want to put you in a weird spot. I know so many artists that people love and this person's great, and they're absolute dirtballs. They're the worst human.
Yeah.
They treat people like crap. They got famous, and so they're surrounded by all yes men. And they're absolute garbage. And as humans, great singers, but yeah, they're just garbage cans. And I'm not saying he's that because I don't know him, but it's definitely not good for the resume.
The line that really got me was when Dave Portnoy said that he knows for a fact that his band hates him.
Yeah, me too.
That was the one.
Me too. He's like, I know for a fact, because if everybody around you hates you, that must mean consistently you're treating everybody around you like absolute garbage.
Especially the people that you're really putting up on a pedestal like nobody else. If they hate you,
and you're acting like they're your best friends.
Yeah, that's
like
rough.
Here, they just mildly dislike me. You guys don't hate me. It's just a mild dislike.
Not fully.
Right. Like that's.
And they were
tough.
pretty open about it when I walked in.
Yeah, they're like, no, it's very mid. Did you see the UFC stuff with Zach Bryan?
I did a little bit. I'm not a huge UFC guy though. But
Okay, so I didn't watch the fight.
this.
Okay, you guys are gonna, a little pee's gonna come out.
Come on.
So
Pee, like urine?
yeah, because it's a Jose one.
Oh my
camera
gosh.
on?
Do you know it, Morgan?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the UFC stuff? The fighter after he won the fight?
No, I don't think so.
So here's what happened. So the last UFC fight, Brianna Chicken Fry was there. It was known she was there. Dana White invited her out. She was doing TikToks about it. And Zach or his management, it's the same because it's coming from him, had offered, and I can read the story, but he had offered somebody money that if they won when they do their mic to shout out Zach Bryan because Brianna was there.
Really?
Dude, it's hilarious. So she's there. There's the interview in the Octagon after. The guy's name is David Onama, right, Mike? He claimed he couldn't wait to come back to Madison Square Garden to see Zach Bryan in concert after he'd won the fight when they're talking to him. And he's like, I just want to thank everybody. I can't wait to come back and see Zach Bryan in concert. And that was just, okay. A lot of Zach Bryan fans. Heck, I like Zach Bryan's music, right? So the cameraman then goes over to Brianna because that's the story. The end. However, they get on a podcast, and I watched the podcast, and it's a couple guys, and they're interviewing him, and it's just an interview about the fight or whatever, and they were like, "You a Zach Bryan fan?" He goes, "I don't even know who that is." They called and they called and basically offered him money to say that as a way to troll her.
Wow.
As she was sitting in the crowd. And so here's what I have, a quote. My manager called. Hey, Zach Bryan is here. I want you to give him a shout out. He wasn't there. But so they were a bit dishonest about that. He goes, to be honest, I didn't know who Zach Bryan was. When the host asked if it was a paid advertisement, he goes, exactly. That's literally what it was. So he paid to have, that's heavy dude trolling. He I'm gonna say this, allegedly took the cat that she adopted, rescued, and now does Instagrams with it in the house.
As a real cat.
Yeah, no, it's a cat she saved, adopted. As a troller, respect, but as a person, I think probably kind of a bad person.
It's a weird decision for him to do that, right? Because she literally said, he took my cat, then the next post was a picture of him and the cat.
And the cat was on his shoulder.
Yeah. Don't be proud of being called a jerk.
And she's like, the reason he won't deny any of this because I have all the videos to say otherwise. Like he won't come out and say he didn't do anything that I've said with the abuse because I have the actual videos. The other ones, there was a fighter that came out to Something in the Orange, that song. It came out to the fight on it.
UFC too?
Man, that same night. And so, I mean, that's not really a song you come out to.
Yeah, no, I guess not.
But, I mean, and I like the song. Like, I'm a fan of the music. I literally, genuinely am. But, I mean, that now is speculation, too, that he paid to have that done just to troll her. As trolling, hilarious. As a person, if all this is true, garbage.
He sucks.
Yeah. If true, he sucks. Not just for this, but everything that led to us even knowing about this. Like the mental, emotional abuse that she alleges.
He sucks. This makes him suck even more.
Yeah. But he's committed.
But, yeah, got to give him that.
Like whoever came up with that idea in his camp.
Probably him.
Maybe.
You think him?
Or maybe like one of his boys, unless one of his boys hates him, like, you know. But it's a soap opera that I'm in.
Yeah.
And I hate it that it happened. It sucks when you humanize things. It's like, I'll watch a Ted Bundy documentary and be like, I'm so entertained by this. And then I got to go like, okay, this is real. But at least that happened in the past. But then you're like, don't say at least because people got murdered. It's a whole, I'm like finding.
Yeah.
But we all watch it and then we're like, did you watch a Ted Bundy documentary? It doesn't seem real. But yeah, that's what I wondered about that. So, Morgan Wallen wasn't there last night. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that was very odd. But I thought it was pronounced Morgan Whalen. No, is that?
Yeah, Whaling, right? Yeah, Morgan Whaling.
Jeff Bridges.
Did you
nailed
make
that
it
one.
to the end of the show? Did you actually see that one live?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, that was interesting. But yeah, that seemed like a little bit of a troll also.
Yeah,
Morgan Wallen.
I enjoyed that troll.
Yeah.
Now that's one I fully enjoyed. Yeah. And I said that on the show. I was like, no, I'm for that. I think he purposely didn't show up. I think he should have won it last year. And I'm glad he won this year. CMAs are usually, or at times have been a bit behind by a year, and there will be outrage. And then the next year they correct it.
I always love the new artist of the year category. Is amazing, where it's like people that have had like #1 songs for
Forever
like
ago.
2 years, 3
Mitchell
years.
Tenpenny, the perfect example of this year.
I talked to him a couple times, and it was so. I'm like, "What new artist of the year? Like you've been around for like
Yeah.
5,
like-
6 years with songs on the radio."
He's like, I just got my pension, and then I'm up for a new artist.
You know, my favorite performance last night that I saw, because I had to leave early, but Ella Langley and Riley Green.
Oh, yeah.
I was obsessed with it. Like I was smiling the whole time. Like I love that like she popped up out of the crowd and started singing, and then she's on stage, and then boom, there's Riley. He stands up. I don't know, just like quintessential country. It was so good.
She's a firecracker. They've done that in here. They've performed that in here.
Yeah, I know, but it was like just seeing them do their thing on stage. Like that's her first time doing anything like that, and she killed it.
I was watching maybe it was after they had won their award for event of the year, which means just more than one artist, doing something together. And she was like, this is the first award I ever won. Mm-hmm. It's quite the introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
No,
It's like I have a friend who took his son to his first college football game, and he took him, and the friend of mine is pretty connected because he's an agent to some massive sports figures. And he's like, I finally took him to his first game, and we went on the field, and we went back and talked to the coach, and it was a crazy game. We took pictures with the mascot and a couple of the players. I was like, that's his first game. No game's ever going to compare.
Never.
Like, that's his first experience. He's done. Everything's going to suck from now on. And he was like, yeah, that's a good point. So then they went to another game, and he said they purposely bought tickets really high and didn't do anything. just to give him like
Level
an
it out.
equalizer
Yeah.
experience.
This is real life.
Yeah. So what time do you have to wake up?
I'm kind of pushing it these days. It's like 5. It's not too bad.
You go on at 6?
6 to 10.
And your studio is how far from your house?
It's like 10 minutes door to
Oh,
door.
man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
On
You
a
ride your bike
too.
like Lunchbox?
No, I actually do take the car for that one. I might have lied a little bit. I do drive.
In
most of
LA,
the
do they
time.
think you're because here you look like us, normal, everybody that you walk down the street. In LA, do they think you're a big hillbilly? If you're just out in not your own neighborhood?
No, I mean, everybody wears a costume in LA.
That's a good point.
It's just everybody's dressed up for something. So they're like, all right, you're in the country costume today. That's fine.
Wow.
That's a good point. Amy, question for you. Should we do a mid-roll, Ray?
Yep.
Okay, quick mid-roll here. Okay, Amy, question for you because we never talked about it and you never told me. Were you ever on TV?
Yeah. Yes, I was. Yes.
You never even, and yesterday's
I
show, you
know.
never even said
Well,
anything.
I know. It's not a.
It
I didn't
is
want
because
to
we
make it
be
a
proud,
thing.
Amy.
No.
Okay,
But it
well,
should have been a thing because we did a whole bit about it the day before.
I know.
So, Tim, what happened was Amy went and did an interview with the Opry, and they interviewed her for a bunch of stuff. And then you just kind of wait and see if they put any of it on the ABC the night before special. And we talked about it. We were like, Amy's it's gonna be awesome. And then she never came back and said that she was on.
Because you don't know what they're going to use.
Gotta help
and
them
I
out,
didn't
though,
wanna,
you know?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay, yeah. It was a 2020 special, and yeah, I got some of my Jason Aldean stuff got used. Shabuzi, Carly Pierce.
Did you bring any of it? Like, do we have any of it?
Oh no, it's okay.
What on-
Do you say it's okay? Like, did you not bring?
Well, I don't know. How am I supposed to get that? I record it with my phone.
You just rewind and record it with your phone.
Yeah.
It's okay.
oh,
You just never
it
said.
just makes me feel. I just felt awkward.
You
But-
were on 2020
Yeah.
and you didn't kill anyone.
Okay, so here's where
That's
I.
awesome.
you down
So
there?
a listener pointed out to me, they sent me a DM that they're like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out for you because you're sort of like now 1 degree of separation from Robin Roberts. I mean, and she's been on my podcast and I've talked with her before. I just haven't met her in person, but like ABC, that's her territory. And I was like kind of inching my way into her territory. And I was like, I wonder if she watches everything on ABC. And she's like, oh, there's that Amy girl. Wonder what she's up to. And the next time she needs a co-host for something or help in country, she might call me.
I would say that sounds like crazy talk, but there have been situations where that's happened.
Yeah.
Maybe that happened.
Yeah, this is what I'm putting out there. I would like to do that because I just love her so much. She's been such an inspiration to me. So that was my little. I'm like, oh yeah.
But I want to talk about what they showed of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much airtime did you get?
It was little snippets like with each artist, like the thing that came up. Like with Carly Pierce, it was, she had to call out a guy for being rude at her show, and it was like an empowering moment for her.
Was that a song?
An endearing. No, it happened like during a show.
Okay, I mean, because every song's about calling out a guy, so I
Yeah,
didn't know if this one was about a song.
No, it was the guy literally there, but it was just, I think, an endearing moment for her with her fans to like see her be there and be strong and stand up for herself. And then like Jason Aldean, the Route 91 festival. So like with that, like Kelly Sutton had done, she was talking about the tragedy, like what went down. And then it would go to like a clip of Jason on stage. And then all of a sudden I was talking and I was like, that's my voice. I wonder if they're just going to use my voice and not show my face.
Oh,
you know?
Did they show your face?
Because
though?
well, eventually it was like my voice. And then there I was saying just that, like his, how he feels now, making sure staying connected to that because of the people that lost their lives. Like he went through a lot on stage that night, but I don't really remember exactly what I said. It's like I said a lot of things, and then they used that one little
It's
snippet.
the story of my life, dude. I would go do when I was on Idol. I do a 3-hour. They'd use 15 seconds of it.
You know what happened with the Shabuzi thing though? Because I was like reading up on stuff before, obviously, because I was like, okay, what if they ask this? And my son really likes Shabuzi, so we've listened to some of his other music too. Like obviously he has the hit, but like online specifically, it said he's been making music for 10 years. But the clip right before Shabuzi goes, yeah, I'm 29 and I started music when I was probably like 17, 18. I was like. And then the next clip goes straight to me where I'm like, he's been making music for 10 years when he just said he's been making it for 11 or 12.
That's the same thing. 10 years though.
It bothered me.
Man,
That wouldn't have bothered me. And yes, you're a harsh critic. I'm saying don't be bothered by that because 10 years is a general
I know.
feeling for around a decade. That could have been 8. It could have been 12.
I know. But it's just where I was like, dang, he just did the math. And then it goes to me saying that. And then it looks like
But they also didn't feel like that what you said was stupid because they put it in there.
true.
Because they felt like I would have felt. Yeah, 10 years just means around 10 years.
I know.
Not you didn't say.
But I didn't say
exactly.
around. I didn't say
It doesn't
around. I
matter.
said he's been making music for. It just was funny the way it lined up because it looked like if Shabuzi and I were in the same room that I don't know how to do math.
Don't take that because I hate me.
I know, but this is why I probably didn't
shouldn't
bring
hate
it.
you for
I
that
just
one.
like also dissected every single thing I said, and I was like, stupid. So that's why.
You need to
Is
have
that
it.
why you didn't bring the clips because you thought they
Well,
were stupid?
and yeah, I
That's
didn't.
The truth
just-
now.
it-
Truth is coming out.
Probably.
You also need to find a way to get the first generation version of it for your tape.
Oh yeah, I know. I need to build that.
But you're real.
Yes.
Yeah, so you need to make if you're
I
going to
know.
use that to make a tape to get other stuff. Like you have to
I
have
know.
that.
I know.
So
We've been talking about that for a couple years now. So
don't run from that.
I know. This is why I missed out on my opportunity to be in that Hulu movie too.
Why?
Because I give up on like I just
What opportunity for a Hulu movie?
well there's the
we talk
girl
about that?
well maybe I don't know if I
That doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, I think I brought up that there was maybe it was on my podcast. I don't know. I brought up that there was that Hulu movie that came out this year for Christmas, and the star of it, she has her own radio show, and
It's the one that we watched.
She ends up with this cowboy. a widower cowboy
Wait,
guy.
you thought you were gonna be the star of a
No,
Hulu
but I mean,
movie?
I could, like, if I had stuck with it, I could have
Oh, this
auditioned
is a
for
big
that.
if. Okay, she's
I
if.
understand. Okay.
She's
Yeah, I'm
iffing like
iffing.
crazy.
Yeah,
You're-
but
okay,
like, I was like, that's
down.
me.
I thought you got offered
yes,
the role.
or it's like, hey, would you come audition? You're like, I don't have a tape. No, you're iffing. You're got it. Never
No, but
mind.
had I stuck with it,
You're
my
Peter
point
Panning.
is Peter Panning.
Yeah, you're up in the skies. Very, very dusting.
Sure, I'll
Yeah.
give you that. It's
Yeah.
not
We
totally
thought
realistic.
how you set that up. We thought you like missed an audition or didn't have a tape,
Correct.
I did miss an audition because I gave up.
but they didn't offer you an audition.
Right, because I
No,
gave up.
but you didn't miss it.
No.
Right, but had I stuck with it, then I would have maybe known about it, and then I could have
And the same thing with
submitted a
Scuba
tape.
Steve in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because Scuba Steve believes if he could have made it to the NBA.
Way more confidence if my dad would have been in my life and I would have
Yes.
had that support system. I could have easily been in the NBA. I have the strength.
we
the power.
don't. We don't not believe in you, but I don't think
Thank
they would have
you.
given you a lead role in a movie when you've only.
I
ever
know
had
you believe in me. The problem is I've got to believe in myself, which is
So
why
you're suffering
it's
from
like-
Scuba Steve syndrome.
no.
Oh, Triple S. She got
Yeah.
Triple S. Oh no! Get a doctor in here.
This is not
We
good.
diagnosed him with Triple S.
It's like after I did the first that Christmas movie, I was on the high, like a high, and I just started. I was like, I'm going to do this, and I went after it, and somehow the high died, and then I was like,
Well,
but
the-
so
the
I guess
high
I
died,
didn't want
but-
it bad enough, but also I got nervous that like I let the stories in my head get to me. Like, you're stupid. What are you doing?
The
And I
SSS.
shouldn't do that because I tell other people all the time, don't do that to yourself. Like, you should believe in yourself and you're capable.
The high died. You had fear of failure, and that is natural. But
Yeah, the high died.
my only point was I thought we missed a story about her,
I know.
like being late to an audition or being
Correct.
offered one and she didn't have a tape because she was like, I should have saved it. That's how I missed the Hulu movie. Turns out she just saw a movie about somebody
Who had a radio show.
No, and I've seen the
But
movie.
I don't think you needed a radio show to be that
She's
person.
single.
No. That would have been more like I think that movie was based on me more than I could have played the
Right.
part in that movie.
Correct.
I will say, though, I saw the movie and I did think, wow, Amy could do this part. But that's it.
The woman that did it, she did a great job. She deserved, but I mean, I'm just
No, you
saying.
thought Amy could do the job, or you thought, oh, this reminds me of Amy's
That's what
life.
it was. It reminds you of Amy.
Yeah, but I thought since she's in Holiday Harmony, like she could be this person.
Yeah.
I did think that while I watched the movie.
Well, you know what? Give you a rose too.
No, I'm just saying. But then that's made me think, like, okay, dang, Amy really could have been in this movie. But no, it was just
Bobby,
all in her
have you
head.
ever thought about writing a movie?
No, I mean, I'm thinking of it right now, but I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I'm not thinking about it anymore. I
Wow,
thought
you're
hold
thinking
on,
about
I'm thinking about being an
writing a movie
astronaut
now?
right now.
Hold on,
Now
hold
I'm
on.
thinking about being an astronaut. Okay, I'm done with that too.
Hold on, Amy's
That's a
thinking about
realistic
writing a
question.
movie.
Do I?
Because you've written books, you write show. Like, stop. That's it. Don't make fun of my question.
Well, you said just thinking about. Right now, I'm thinking about 3 feet. I'm on foot. Oh,
Okay.
that's weird. So, my answer is, I've written a couple of television show scripts. I hated it.
Oh, so you don't want to. But have you given movie scripts a go?
I don't care enough to do it.
Okay.
And I'm not. No, I don't have a genuine enough interest to put the work into it.
That makes sense.
I think I could do it and write 100 great ones. I think I could do anything because I'm nuts.
Right.
Like I'm certifiably insane. I think I can do anything.
You believe in yourself.
No, I'm insane.
Oh.
Yeah, more so than just believing in myself. I believe I can do anything in the whole world. Like, what's gonna stop me?
Right.
Okay.
What do you mean do?
Anything.
Exactly.
I know.
can
So,
do
like,
that.
some people have to act as if, and they have to tell themselves they can do it, and it's like you act as if, and then you create it, and it happens. But you are naturally
Certifiably insane.
acting as if you were born that way.
Yeah, I can do anything.
Right.
Maybe a heart surgeon. Okay, cool.
Nah, you can't do that.
I swear to God, if I went right now and I need more than an hour,
Yeah. You need more than an hour or
but
a
I
day.
think you give me a year, I'm doing surgery on hearts.
You got to check with your wife
He's saying
first.
he could
you know?
dedicate himself to it,
Yeah.
and then like I think
I'm not saying
believing
it
in
would come
yourself is
easy.
part of the battle.
Yeah, and it's. I also understand how irrational it is. But it takes irrational dreams to do irrational things. And I think everything I've ever done has been really irrational. I have no background in any of this stuff. I've never written a book. First time I ever write a book, I was like, I know how to write words. Okay. I didn't tell them that. I was like, yeah, no problem. You know what I did? I just freaking wrote essays, one after the other, and then mailed them. Emailed them off and was like, I don't know, this sucks. I wouldn't even take money for my first book because I was so nervous it was going to be bad. But I was like, I know I can do this. Hold the money until we think it's good. And then after I've sent in the 30,000 words of the 60, they're like, this is good. I was like, give them money. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
But to them, I never was like, I don't think I can do it. I was like, no problem.
I would have been like, give me all the money up front because it's probably not going to be any good.
Yeah.
You ever act in LA?
No.
Dang. You got
Yeah.
you got like the face for acting. You're a good looking dude. You can do that.
And all the studios next door.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ride your bike over there. Do you know like cool people?
I mean, I just met you guys.
No,
Yeah, like real
movie
cool
stars.
people. Like we're like moderately cool for this building.
This office.
Yeah, if everybody in this building were moderately cool for this building. Like, do you know like famous people over there in LA?
Not really. I don't hang out with the famous crowd.
That's good because
Yeah.
it's weird.
I keep my little bubble.
You ever go to a Diddy party?
No.
Okay.
Wow,
I can be
was-
that. I know I had a little hesitation there. I just
Yeah,
imagined what
an
it was
awkward
again.
hesitation.
But I think
Like,
there were a
where
lot
should
of
we
people
go
that
with
went
this,
to
you know?
Diddy parties, white parties, that didn't do what Diddy's in
oh,
trouble
for sure,
for.
because they would leave before midnight.
Or they just weren't invited to do that part of it. Like they weren't invited to do
Yeah.
that part of it.
I have worked with Diddy before.
Oh.
In what
Where?
capacity?
Event production
Really?
capacity.
How
And
was
Mark
it?
Wahlberg.
He's like, I
same
would
time.
just set up the white parties.
Did you hear? Because I always heard.
I never got the invite. I was batting my eyes and everything. Never got the invite.
I always heard weird stuff, but it was always like secondhand weird stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear weird stuff about Diddy?
He gave off a very weird vibe, I will say. He had like 6 people working for him that were all between like 20 and 25 years old, and they were like running around to different directions all day, getting waters, doing this and that. And it was just like an odd vibe.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, somebody told me that I knew people, and I was like, no way. And it wasn't what he's in jail for, but just others weird, like bizarre stuff. I wouldn't say I don't want to, be sued. But Amy, I saw more of those Diddy videos
Which, the ones like that.
where the private investigators come to people's houses.
That's so crazy.
It's so crazy. Like and it's always 2 investigators.
You know what this makes me wonder? Because you know how there's other people maybe involved. Like how high up or whatever does this go? Because if it was like Diddy and he had other famous people or politicians,
Well, they want to be protected.
I-
now, too.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why things are happening.
That's why it took so long for the Epstein stuff to come out. There were people at networks being like, "No, we're not doing this," and then you're like, "Why were they not doing it?" Because or the Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about extremely elevated people with positions that can smush stuff. But yeah, I saw another one of those.
And yeah, what
TikToks.
like no, I hate that it's political, but it's still just a huge story right now.
Don't
Like,
go political right
okay.
now. I just don't even feel like it.
But
What's Mark Wahlberg like?
Why did you make a noise like you sat on a whoopee cushion right then?
Just hang on to that.
I'll just wait. I'll wait my
because
turn.
I'm just like, I don't know. I just wonder how deep some stuff goes,
So-
and like how messed up a lot of things are. And I'm like,
Just like I said, those famous people were real dirtbags here. The dude, there's an artist that I know of. I didn't go. I didn't see it with my own eyes, so I can't actually say it. But who is a guy artist who, whenever young female artists, this is just what's been told to me. Otherwise, I'd be like, if I actually had seen it or knew it for sure, that like young artists would come to town and they'd be like, hey, let's write. And they'd be like, make them go to a strip club.
ew.
You're talking about like
Whoa.
like it's just gross stuff. Some people, they always say when you get money or power, you find out who they really are because it's always the most of whatever they really are. And that's gross. The creative industries are gross for the most part because people have to have a screw loose to even want to do it and to do it at a high level because you need to have something about you that's intrinsically different artistically. So you need to have a screw loose. You just got to hope it's like the right combination of screws. So you're like making great art, but you're not like doing other weird stuff. And that's hard. I find my weird stuff to be baseball cards.
And that's healthy.
And that to me,
That's good.
That to me is pretty healthy. So what's the rest of the day like?
I'm just catching a flight. I'm actually going to Jersey today to visit some family friends, but
Much easier
I've had
flight
my
back.
Nashville fill, man. It's been a long stretch here, as you guys all know too. I'm sure this week it's like your Super Bowl.
Yeah, I had a stomach bug, so I didn't do much. I literally was on the Super Bowl.
That's more work
Yeah.
though than actually doing the interviews.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's true. I would disappear for like half an hour on the show, and that's when they know I'm about to die because I don't even go to the bathroom really around here. And I was gone for like half an hour, and you get a text. You okay?
It's not good.
I'm like I am. The weird thing about our bathroom here is that it looks like it's 2 doors in the men's bathroom, separate stalls, like in fancy places.
Yes.
Like in a casino, you open a door, you have your own room for the bathroom. That one, it looks like 2 doors and 2 rooms, but then you open it up and there's like a little plastic wall in the middle, and you're still like chilling with your buddy.
It's a faux own room.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, it's not real.
You're like, I'm in lap of luxury here.
Dude, I was pumped about that when I first walked in, and
Yeah.
I saw the gap. I'm
Next
like,
thing you know, Battle's next to you taking a poopy. And you're like, well, this is a little too close for comfort here.
By the way, there's nothing worse than getting a text while you're in the bathroom asking if you're okay.
Yeah, I just.
But he knew because it'd been a while.
That's pretty rough though, right? If
I
you're,
never leave
If you're
the
having a
room.
moment and somebody texts you about it.
I honestly thought you got pulled into a meeting. Like you went to the bathroom,
That
but
would
then
have been
you
a
got
trouble meeting then.
well, yeah, or somebody was here.
Like
Or
they were
like,
mad
hey,
about Lunchbox's hoodie.
Oh man.
don't.
They can be mad all they want.
Did
I
Tim
don't
see
give a
that?
crap.
Tim see that
No.
on TV?
No.
Okay.
On TV.
I wasn't on TV.
No, we were on
No.
TV.
On the television.
We
were on TV.
Not
On the
with the
hoodie.
hoodie.
Yeah,
No.
picture of us.
It was
Yeah,
a
but
picture
it was
of
our
us
show
winning the
picture.
award.
And Lunchbox was in the front with his hoodie.
Really?
No, Ray was in the front. I saw the picture, which is why I looked
Ray
and was
was
like,
the
"What?"
only person on that row, by the way. Did you notice that?
But hold on,
It's funny.
I don't know any story about it because I wasn't there. I saw the picture, and that's what led me to go, "What is Lunchbox wearing?" And then I looked, and I had a message from someone going, "What is Lunchbox wearing?" And I thought he was wearing like a funny suit. I didn't know what was going on.
Got it.
Wasn't feeling great anyway. And I look at the picture, and Raymundo is in the very, very front. I loved it for you. You look great. Maybe I always thought they put the smaller people up front. That's what I thought.
Well, that's what it was.
No, we were like, so I was next to Crook and Chase, and they were supposed to be the front row. Crook and Chase are the ones holding the award on behalf of everybody that was up there
Love
that
Crook
won.
and Chase, yeah.
I
Right.
tried to get the award, but they gave it to Crook and Chase.
Correct.
It's probably the hoodie. They're like, we
Right.
can't give the
That's
hoodie
it.
guy the award. Yeah.
And so then Ray's like just right there in the front, like nobody else is on that step. It's just like Ray.
I respect that.
Well, roll the tape back. I think
There's
somebody
no tape.
was standing next to me,
No.
and then they moved up last second.
Dude, Ray,
Yeah,
you
me.
are so on front, and Amy's hand is on your shoulder.
Yeah, because I was like, what do I do? This is awkward.
I mean, this is our show. Let me explain the picture.
It's so awkward.
This
I
is
know.
so funny because I've not looked at it on full screen.
It's so bad.
Okay,
I need to see this.
so Crook and
Wait,
Chase.
was this on TV?
This is they
No.
showed the picture briefly when they're like, here's all the winners, and it's everybody who won an award.
Okay.
So it's it's a lot of people. So Crook and Chase, legends in the industry. When I was a child, I listened to Crook and Chase. I've had them on podcast. I love them. So
That was their first CMA, by the way. Isn't that
no
crazy?
way.
Yeah, I asked them, like,
Yeah.
how many do you guys have? They're like, this is our first.
Is it because they did a countdown? A countdown don't recognize it until recently.
They said that they never knew they had to submit.
Oh, they're so cute. Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's on them. That's on their people.
That's what I told them.
'Cause
Yeah,
they're-
well.
So they're holding the award, which makes plenty of sense because everybody in that group respects them. So in front of them, and it looks like Ray is Charlie Chase's kid. He does. It looks like Ray is Charlie Chase's child, and who's wearing a suit. And Charlie brought Ray with him because it's his first award. Like Ray is in the very, very front.
like father and son.
It does, yeah. Or yeah. So there's Ray. Ray, you look handsome as crap, though. By the way. So Ray is standing there. Now, right behind Ray, like over Charlie Chase's shoulder, is Amy, but part of Ray's head's blocking Amy's face.
Yeah, can't really see Amy's mouth.
No.
So, and you have a great face, and I'm sorry that all of it wasn't able to be seen. So Amy is there. Now, Scuba Steve looks like he's going to sell you cocaine.
Yeah, he does.
Scuba Steve is right in the middle
He looks like a drug dealer.
of
for sure.
Crook and Chase behind them, it perfectly gapped but raised. And Scuba Steve has the bald head with the beard. He's wearing sunglasses with a single chain over them. Like for sure, he lives in Miami, originally grew up in like New Jersey, and is like the low-level coke dealer, and somehow got into this picture. Like that's
valid.
what Scuba Steve looks like there.
And then,
Accurate.
Next to him is like the guy who they needed a seat filler, and so they're like, get in here to hold this position, and then he never left, and that's Lunchbox in a hoodie. It's like they grabbed somebody just to hold this because he's not dressed for the picture, so hold the spot till the real Lunchbox gets here in the suit, and then Lunchbox is in a hoodie. It does stand out. Mike D is smiling, good picture. Eddie, you look great, suit. You're Abby is like way to the side because Abby is like, I'll just get in where I fit in. I don't see more. Oh, I see Morgan.
she's on the other side of the drug dealer.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't recognize you.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't recognize you.
Why? Because
Why?
the hair's up?
I don't know. It does. I don't feel like it looks like her.
Looks just like her.
Yeah, that's Morgan, man.
No, I know it's
hair's
Morgan
up.
because I saw her, but I'm saying like general. I wouldn't have.
Well, I
stopped
don't
her
even.
now.
I haven't even seen the picture. So
And then I see Kickoff Kevin in there up at the top, who's just like, I'm happy I got my name put on the trophy, so I'm just gonna stand up here, which is cool. Big part of the show, but isn't on the air a lot. So I think he's just like boom, and then there's some other people in the end. So every guy has on either a jacket or a tie, and then the seat filler guy. Is that Justin's suit?
Yeah.
yeah, he
Justin
won.
Suit.
He
Justin's
won.
suit has gray hair now.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has a kid now, so yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah, so well, the gray hair comes with it.
Buddy.
Yep.
Wow, Justin the suit is standing right next to Lorianne.
That's pretty cool.
Justin the suit was our guy when we moved here. Now he's in Chattanooga, like running stuff over there.
It was good to see him.
Wow, look at Justin the suit. Did Justin the suit make fun of your hoodie?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
I
think
see
he
it
mentioned
now.
something.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
he might have.
Yeah, I think he
I have
like
no
asked me,
idea.
like, what's
Oh,
he
Ray.
wearing?
Yeah. Now I see it.
What do
I'm
you-
the only one blocked.
You are the only one blocked.
Ray demanded he be in front. And I respect that because you know how you get things in life? You go get them.
Oh, dang.
Good picture.
I do think somebody told him to go down there, though. I don't think he said. I'm gonna be in
No, he
front.
did it.
Ray, what's the real situation there?
You can't tell, though.
It was so rushed and hurried, and there
That
were
means he did it. He
there
just
was
did it.
several rows below Crook and Chase that I thought other people were going to fill in.
If you got any lower, your head would be on his dong, dude. Like you can't go another row.
I just didn't think going up was an option because I am a shorter guy.
You could have come up and stood right next to me.
I just didn't know there was a spot there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we would have made
Well,
it.
great job. I mean, Scuba Steve and Lunchbox have definitely their own style. It's like Scuba is at the wrong award show.
That should be at the Hip Hop Awards or something.
But Scuba Steve dressed like that the last time he went.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
he's
how I dress him.
consistent.
Yeah, that's how I dress in
Not
public.
talking about how he dresses. I'm just saying in this picture, he for sure looks like a drug dealer.
Yeah. He does.
It's the sunglasses in the picture. It's the chain with the sunglasses in the picture, and it's standing right in the middle of everybody with
Hilarious.
the biggest smile.
That's what they asked me to be. She goes, "There's a window right here. Stand right there." And
I think
right.
I think it's a good picture of you.
I thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's a good picture of you.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, guys.
It's a good picture of me, too.
Yeah.
Mid laugh, looking good.
Your strings are out in your hoodie.
Yeah, that's where they're supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing about Lunchbox? Just one thing.
Yeah.
One thing. He dresses better at iHeart Festival in Vegas. Like, he would never wear a hoodie to iHeart Festival.
You mean buttons on it? He wears buttons on his shirt.
I mean, he dresses up way more than that.
He
So
didn't,
I didn't
he
understand.
Know. He didn't know. He said this.
Look, if you're worried about how you dress, if you let other people worry, if you're worried about what other people think, then that's your problem.
Right.
Well, then
That's what I'm
why-
saying. You
but
guys
right
are-
now, that's your problem that you're letting it get to you.
No. I just think it's funny that like Mike D's wife, I haven't seen her in 6 months, and she says, "Oh, I see you got your nicest clothes out."
That's pretty funny.
but it's funny.
That's pretty
And-
funny,
and
and
if I
that's
looked at-
somebody who says funny stuff. I think
Right.
my wife would have probably roasted too.
But if I
Yeah.
would looked at her and said, "Well, your dress looks like a trash bag," how would Mike?
But
would've-
she's not insulting
She
the
didn't say
quality
you look
of
like trash.
your shirt. She was being funny about the fact that you were way underdressed.
Okay, so what if I said that's the dress you chose?
Also,
Lunchbox, did you think you were underdressed? Like, out of everyone in there, not once did you think, like, wow, I really am underdressed.
I do
but-
think that.
Let's
on
get
places,
an outsider perspective because he
Have
has.
you seen Lunchbox in a hoodie?
I thought that was a great line, by the way. You could never tell your wife. You could never ask your wife, "Is
Thank
that
you.
the dress you chose for that photo?"
Could
But
never
it could
say that
come
to
the
you.
other
But
way in
isn't
a
it
heartbeat.
different as if they tell you you're dressing? We'll say business. What's a style? I don't know how.
Well, it's
Business
black
casual.
tie.
Black tie. If
It's
they
black
say
tie.
you're dressing black tie, but if she's wearing an ugly black tie dress, at least she's wearing the style. That
No,
they've
what it would
required.
be, the equivalent would
But it was a
be
blue
is
dress, it
if
wasn't
she
even black.
showed up in like.
That's not what that means.
If
Go
she
ahead.
showed up in sweatpants
Yes.
or something, a
Right.
sweatshirt.
So I'll end on this because I think this is a valuable lesson. Again, I took the blame because
yeah.
apparently I didn't tell you guys to all wear suits because I would have, because I think that is what I should have expressed. Wear suits, wear dresses, because that is, we've been many times. That's the dress code. But I think at times Lunchbox can get upset because he's not offered other larger roles, national things, national album release things, television. And I think this is a very small indicator as to at times why people won't take you seriously.
Why?
And that you don't get offered those things. Because they don't trust that you can do even the baseline thing. So why would they be able to trust that you do the other things?
Hey, I dress for me. I'm not dressing for other people.
But then that's fine and that's great. But then it's hard. You can't get upset whenever you're not offered other things.
All
Because
right.
you do. And I would say my best advice would be, if you want something, look like that as to what you want, because then they'll at least consider you for it.
Act as if.
I don't know what that means.
That's what we just went over. Acting as if, like
Anyway,
act the part, and you'll
Tim,
get
that's
the
what we do
part.
all day.
I feel like the parents are fighting, and frankly, it's making me a little
That's
uncomfortable.
okay. If the parents are fighting, our whole relationship is this, and we should have never got married.
Wait,
guys.
all of us
all
are
of
married.
us. Yeah, we're all married. It's like
The
a
whole group?
Yeah, it's like a
Well,
weird,
we had-
weird religious thing. We have
It's
to-
2024.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So when do you go back home to California?
I'll be back on Sunday.
Do you do the show from New Jersey, or are you on vacation now?
No, I'll do the show. What day is today? Thursday. Yeah, one more day of tracking.
Oh yeah, one more. Do you need to use our studio to track? Or you
No,
good?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do it live tomorrow morning.
There we go.
And what's cool about that is it's easier when you're east. Because when I had to go west, because Mike D and I lived over there for a month and a half when I Dancing with the Stars, trying to do the show, miserable.
Yeah.
'Cause I got to wake up at 3.
It's a treat. It's a treat. And then
go
you don't have
east.
to get dressed. You don't have to put pants on.
Yeah. Dude, congratulations.
Ever do a
on
show with
everything.
no pants?
Yep.
Currently.
I used to. Well, not no pants, but Well, I did the show from North Carolina for 5 years.
Oh, from home, yeah.
Yeah.
While they were all in the studio. Those were the days because I was on East Coast time.
Yeah.
And y'all were an hour earlier. And my dog would sit at my feet and I would just wear my pajamas.
That was great.
Who's your favorite artist to come by?
Kenny Chesney is the guy that got me into country music and the live show.
Who do you like that's super nice? You could be a fan or not, but when they come by, they're super cool.
Bailey Zimmerman probably gives the best interview in country music, I would say right now. Nate Smith is another guy, just super positive energy.
Yeah,
and
super funny too. Yeah.
Zach Top, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Just look in his eyes, and you know he's like a sincere dude.
He hard launched his girlfriend last night. Did you see that, Morgan?
Yeah, I saw them together at the after party.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah, he
I
posted
didn't
that
know
one
her.
too.
I didn't know her. Do you know her?
No, she doesn't look like familiar of anyone that I would know. I think she's just a
And
regular
that's
person.
good, and we like that.
Oh,
They were super cute together.
You know what I did last night? Some girl, I honestly don't know her, really. Can't even tell you her name right now, but I see her on Instagram so much that when I saw her down on the floor, like we were at our seats, and I was like, hey,
I
good
do
to see
that.
you. And then I
know.
looked at her and I was like, and she looked at me like, who are you? And I was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I just realized I don't know you. I just see you on other people's, like she must be a writer or producer or something, but I see her on people's stuff all the time. And I was like, yeah, you don't know me. It's like we thought we knew each other.
Somebody said Kevin James was there.
He was.
The king
The king.
of Queens.
And he like walked right by us and shook everyone's hand, and I didn't know who it was, so I thought that was like their friend that I didn't know, so I walked away.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he had a boot on.
Burn.
One
Like
time,
Like he
like
broke
a
his foot boot.
like a not a country music boot.
No, like an actual he broke something boot.
That's funny. You didn't know it was him.
No, man, I hate that.
Who do you think he was with?
No, he was by himself. He's wearing a ball cap, and he just went up to our Morgan.
Why he's wearing a ball cap and a black tie affair? Oh God!
He was in a
Alert
suit.
the presses!
He was in a
Alert
suit.
the presses!
He was in a suit.
Oh,
He was in a suit.
man.
Also, he's
crazy.
Kevin James.
He's in a suit
Yeah.
though.
So once my wife, her and her friend, they recognized a former OU basketball player. They were literally a basketball game, and her friend was like, "Let's get a picture." And so there's a picture of them standing with this OU basketball player, and right behind them was Vince Carter, who they didn't even know.
That's crazy.
And the guy that I had the picture taken with him, Vince Carter, a very famous basketball player, North Carolina, NBA forever. And Caitlin kind of remembers the guy that they took the picture with being like, "Are you sure you want to take a picture with me?" Because they didn't know who Vince Carter, but much more famous person right behind him. Thought that was pretty funny.
I did that with Hank Aaron. Everyone was like, "Oh, shaking his hand." And I shook his hand, but I didn't know who it was. And then as we were walking off, they're like, "Gosh, hammering Hank, isn't that crazy?" That was Hank Aaron.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Was he in a suit?
No, he was not in a suit. No,
What?
No.
Hoodie?
Okay.
Yeah, a white hoodie.
So Tim, give your Instagram again.
It's at Tim Hurley Music.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you
keep
having
going
me.
after it, man. That's awesome, and congratulations on everything that's happening over there in LA. And how long have you had that job? How long have you been doing mornings?
For 5 years, since
Oh,
2019.
you're not that tired yet.
Nope.
Just wait.
First ever gig in radio, too, so.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I live exhausted.
Well, you've been crushing it for a long
Dude,
time here.
I don't know. Crushing it is not the word. The morning, I hate mornings though.
Yeah.
Do you hate mornings?
I lied through my teeth to get the job, for sure.
What is that? One of your questions? Do you like mornings?
They're like, well, yeah, he asked. He's like, oh, so you're a morning person? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's like,
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's when I'm the most creative and most funny.
Typically, I fall asleep at the time where the show starts. So.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. Good to meet you. Thank you for being on with us. I know we literally hadn't met until a few seconds beforehand.
Yeah, I really appreciate you.
No,
having me.
Scuba said you were here, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'd love to meet him. So thanks for coming by, and we'll say hi after we turn the microphones and stuff off. But by the way, we're done here. Everybody good?
Yeah, good.
All right, we will see you.